Hey guys, it's Roxy here. I'm just jumping on to share with you some of my travels and some of the light work that myself and a few of my sisters have been doing over the last couple of weeks. I took a trip to Central Australia to Uluru, which is the solar plexus of the planet. Some believe it's powerful, potent energy out there. It's also connected to the most Indigenous tribes, the Aboriginal tribes that were one of the first, humans walking along the earth plane in Central Australia. So going on this trip to Central Australia, I knew I was getting called there for some sort of connection and earth work and some upgrades and activations, but also to be welcomed by past loved ones, but past souls, Indigenous souls that were on the planet. And a few of us, a couple of my sisters that we were traveling with, received the similar messages along the way. And it just goes to show that when we're getting called to go and visit different countries or sites or sacred lands, to listen to our higher self and actually listen and go ahead with the trip, not calculate it in our head and think about all the things why you shouldn't do it, but just feel in your heart to go forward where you're getting led to. There is a divine reason. Maybe a soul fracture is being merged back in that you've left there. Perhaps light codes have been left there. Maybe you're being called to do light work. We are the way showers. We are the people, the souls, the light workers that are here for the mission. You've gone through a long few years of healing and going into the heart. It's time now to even ascend even further into your multidimensional self and your light worker, light warrior purpose and mission. So for me, when I was out there, we had a few days at the end where we visited some sacred sites. The Olgas was one of them. Uluru was another one. But we visited the Olgas in particular, and there was some lost souls there. As soon as we were walking into it, I started getting downloads as to there was work to be done. There was light work for us girls to be done. I was there with 5 other women, and we're all very awake and aware and conscious, and obviously at different levels, but all very there very much for the intention of this light work, to be the best versions of ourselves and then have a ripple effect on the planet. And so when the downloads were coming, we got introduced to souls that had crossed over, Indigenous ones that came forward, a male and a female, and spoke to me about how there was all these souls that had not crossed over into the light, into higher dimensions. They were stuck, glued to the earth, and this was by choice. The choice was because they were in fear of letting go of the connection to the planet, to Pachamama. And so when I shared this with the girls and said, hey, we've got some light work to do, they were all tuned into this and also started receiving these messages. We even got told where exactly to go to do this light work. And it was through a beautiful nature between the rocks and nature, where there was a love heart pond of water. So go figure, there's this beautiful love heart of a pond with water, and we were to stand north, south, east, and west on the love heart to balance our energies and to go into our heart. Now, I'm sharing this because you might be getting called to do some of this work in your home country, and I'm just sharing with you what we did so you can feel into this. And if you feel like you're getting called, you can understand maybe how this could play out. So what we were doing, we were standing north, south, east, and west, and we made sure that the energies were balanced. And then we just got guided to open up a portal above us, because what we had to do was connect the high galactic source energies to the earthbound ones. And what we did was we opened up a portal to create a gateway of love. And we saw that that was open now. When we tuned into the inner earth, we saw all of these souls, both men, women, and children, all holding on in the darkness, scared to leave. And one of their major concerns was, can we come back and visit the land? We don't want to let go of what we know here. So they were afraid to cross over. So in physicality, they died, but their soul remained here on the planet in the lower dimension of 3D. Okay. When they first Indigenous cultures came to the earth, they were in survival. That was the priority, to get food, even to get water, to have shelter, They didn't have much. They were the way showers of our time, being earthbound in physical form, in third dimension. So what their connection was to the earth was everything. That was like God to them. That was source to them. They didn't want to let go of that and go off into the darkness, which they thought they were going to the darkness. So what we had to do was educate them on consciousness. And we shared that around the circle. I said to the girls, we need to inform them and let them know that there will be light and love for them on the other side. And it's a better place than they're in now. And that they can cross over and come back and visit the lands and the souls that are here as well at any single time. That's the progression of the soul. So once we sat in meditation, closed our eyes, connected, and started talking telepathically to these other souls, they started to kind of get more light within them, which was special. From that point, we connected down to Pachamama, to planet Earth, to the core of the earth, and we started to create a tornado light, rainbow light. And we started to spin it up and up and up, clockwise, going up from the center of the earth, because what we had to do was create a current through from this dimension into the higher dimensions, through the portal, through the water of the pond of the love heart. This is pretty profound. But as we were lifting up this torrent of energy from Pachamama, all of the souls were blocking the drain hole. That's what it presented to as for me. In below the pond of the love heart, there was black liquid blocking the drain hole, not allowing them to escape because of the fear. So it was fear-based energy, scared energy, threat energy, survival energy, all of the stuff that we know is low calibrated frequencies. So I said to the girls, let's clear this drain hole. One of the other ones got the same thing. And it's just funny because we're all operating interdimensionally, multidimensionally, quantum level. And we're seeing with our pineal gland and heart-brain coherence the same thing. And we're not talking. This is just happening. And then we would come out of meditation, hey, this is not working. Can't get the energy up out of the land. I said, there's a drain hole that's blocked. One of them said, yes, exactly. That's exactly what I'm getting as well. So I said, okay, let's unlock the drain hole and shine light. So we projected love, light, happiness, joy, bliss, and dissolved the black liquid from the drain hole. And then we started to move the energy up and through again. And as we were spinning it clockwise up like a tornado up through, we saw a divine golden light come back down through the portal, connecting this line of frequency, this portal, this column of light up together. So the rainbow light connected with the golden frequency from the higher realms, and it allowed a stable connection for these souls now to then pass through the waters, because water is liquid. It's the easiest form to travel through. A lot of extraterrestrials and interdimensional beings travel through water because it's not physical. It's the least physical thing on the planet. That's why we had to go to this pond. So as we connected the column of light, we then moved and started holding the hands and crossing the souls over into the light, out of the darkness, out of the inner earth where they felt trapped. And it was done with their consent. They came with us because we have free will, remember. We can only guide and show the light. We can't force them to do anything. But we gracefully led them up to the light, and they were like angels, divine angels, passing over and freeing their souls. And some of these souls had been there for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years, trapped in the darkness. So energetically for the planet, we've lightened the load of density, right? In this one transaction, there was a few hundred souls that crossed over. There was more, but they were in lower levels again, scared and in fear. However, we got the knowing that yes, the job is complete, and that was as many souls that were willing to cross over once we'd done the work. And we kind of all opened our eyes at the same time, having that drop in, that knowing, that download. And as we kind of looked up, we closed the portal, we closed off the portal, and we sealed off the connection, because the light work had been completed. So that's what we did. And we were very gentle in our divine feminine. We weren't operating from our masculine. It's funny because as we were sitting there, some tourists were walking past along the path, and one of the males, I could feel his energy coming, but I just let him be. He feels funny about us sitting and meditating. And, it's pretty different seeing three women around a love heart meditating, but they know they kind of understand that we're doing something pretty important, but they don't know because they're still in their mental mind and 3D and whatnot. But one of the men walked, and I could feel his energy, and he didn't feel comfortable with what we were doing. And he sarcastically went, as he walked past us. And it was actually really divine, because he didn't actually really know what he was doing. But that is like in yin yoga or whatever, we always go home in yoga. And it was like divine frequency. And he did it as they were crossing over. So it was almost like his higher self knew what it was doing, but his mental mind thought he was being sarcastic and silly, which is fine. But it helped bring through divine masculine energy to help move the souls over to the light. It was so profound. So I just wanted to jump on here and share that with you, share our story and how we did it, because some of you have asked, what do you do? How do you do it? And it really is just listening and being slow and being in the heart and feeling divine feminine energy and responding with love like a mother would, putting yourself in the shoes of your mother, holding the baby and doing anything to soothe and soften the baby, to make the baby feel safe and protected and nurtured, right? That's what you do with these souls. You give them wisdom when they need it, when they need conscious education. You tell them and share them. It'll be okay, darling. It'll be better over there. Talk softly and sweetly to these souls, right? Come through like an archangel would, like you've all experienced. If you're on this channel, you've experienced that bliss, divine beauty from an archangel. It's divine. You know how they feel. Mother Mary just is such soft delicacy. She crosses over my cheek when I feel her. So delicate and beautiful. That's the way we have to proceed. So look, the earth does need a lot of work. So if you want to join our galactic ambassadors, we do light work. So you can be a part of this as well. All right. And if you are walking, you can do this work. If you are walking in your country and you feel called to nature for some reason, listen, take the earbuds out, listen to your higher self. Listen to the divine universal energy. It will talk to you if you have that intention. Ask the divine, how can I help the planet today? How can I help? Is there any souls that I can help and help cross over, for example? And you will, with that intention, be supported. You are always protected doing this work. You are in the light. Walk in the light. Walk in your power. Remember, your solar plexus is like the sun. It's a warrior. It's strong. It's powerful. It's warm. It's in alignment. It serves its purpose. Stand in that. Stand in the divine love from your heart. Stand in the divine wisdom from your pineal gland. Allow the wisdom to come through. All four energy centers will work congruently together in alignment. This is why we have the energy centers. So I love you all. Thank you so much for all of your support lately with Pete and I. Life's been very busy and challenging with emotions up and down, just like you. But I want you to know that you're all doing such a good job, and we really do thank you and appreciate you for supporting us and supporting yourself and the planet and the universe. So have a beautiful day, and we will check in together, Pete and I, on a video very, very soon. All right, guys. Bye for now.